gusangiza abantu b'ubutumwa. Fatanya natwe gusangiza abantu b'ubutumwa.
Ibindi byinshi byagiye bigamije kugira ngo twisanzemo n'amateka imbere.
Many other things that were happening that they were trying to make us visitors in a country that came to be when we were already there.
How did we arrive to the country? That's
the second point. We know that the history prior to the Tumba is that there was war in Bukavu. It was a war between the military leaders. It was a war between Abuja Babe and Mutewuti. Mutewuti was Umunyamulenge and the other guy wasn't. But also the point was that anyone who looked like Mutewuti, they were visitors in Congo. The issue was supposed to be between the military people, but it ended up affecting the civilians. We have many people who lost their lives. And then Nkunda, who was in north at that time, he came to Bukavu because of the killing of civilians at that time.
ikibazo kirasakara muri TV yose ari zaturiye abantu bamubura na za Uvira bamwe baje za Rwanda bari hafi yaho abandi bari mu bice za Uvira na Plaza baje mu bihugu.
And then the conflict expanded in South Kivu, which is why some people went to Rwanda, other people went to Burundi, and the others went to different places.
Ibindi babivuze abandi benshi cyavuye uko abagize muri Gatumba ko byagenze uko.
And you know what happened to those who fled Gatumba?
Narashimira cyane korwa kandi kuko ababishinzwe bari bazi ko umunsi umwe uretse kuko twabaze bazagira abakagira na memorial muri City Hall ya Edmonton.
I'd like to thank everyone who prepared this. We didn't know that even though we lost them, that they'll come a day when they could have a place like this in the city. 166 people were killed because of how they were created. I was looking at the names here. I see some people were like 78. Others were 1 year old.
Someone who kills basically an innocent child who doesn't know what's happening basically there. So,
166 people. What we know is that 150 were Banyamulenge. 14 were Babembe. It's very important because those people died because of how we were which also reminds us that whenever we seek justice, our destiny is the same just as everybody else. And there are two people who are unidentified. After that, research was done, reports were given.
Human Rights Watch.
The well-known reports, one of them was made by the Human Rights Watch. The second one was made by those people who are in charge of Human Rights Office.
Binagira tragedy ya Gatumba gukomera ku ibintu nuko ubwicanyi bwabaye hari abarinzi b'amahoro muri Congo cyari cyitwa MONUC.
Especially because when the killing happened and there were peacekeepers who were in Congo at that time, they were still called MONUC. They were called the MONUSCO after.
gihe amare mu Burundi bisa n'icyo kurangira ko bigira icyo gihe naho hari abandi barinzi b'amahoro bitwaga ONU.
Even in Burundi at the time, there was also other peacekeepers at the time.
So ayo maraporo yakozwe agaragaza uburyo abantu bari mu maboko ya HCR kugira ngo babibunje bakagombye kuba bahagarariwe cyangwa bararinzwe n'abarinzi b'amahoro muri Kongo cyangwa mu Burundi byanditseho baricwa mu buryo tubizi.
The reports show that the people were in the hands of the UN at the time, and they were killed.
Ayo maraporo kandi agaragaza abashobora kuba barabikoze ntabwo yemeza ijana ku ijana ariko agaragaza bashobora kuba barabikoze.
It doesn't say 100% who did it, but it shows those people who did it.
niyo nyuma hari abaje kuzemera uburyo ko babikoze.
And that is when they came and they proclaimed themselves that they did it.
ababemeye harimo FNL agatorwasa cyane cyane zemewe na Pastor Habimana.
Those who say that they do it include Agatogwasa.
ariko ku maraporo agaragaza ko hari n'abamayimayi barimo.
But the report includes that there were also Mai from Congo,
cyane cyane ku gitero cyateguye Kongo.
especially since the attack came from Congo.
raporo avuga kandi ko hari abantu bavuga ikinyarwanda byavuga ko ari abantu ba FDL icyo gihe.
The report says that there were people who were speaking Kinyarwanda who were from the FDLR army.
anakeka ko bashobora kuba bari bashyigikiwe n'amayirima y'ingabo za Kongo z'icyo gihe.
And also the report shows that they were supported by the Congolese.
ayo maraporo kandi agaragaza impamvu iyo atake yabaye.
The reports also show why that attack happened.
bivuga ko ibyo abantu bavugaga ko bamwe mu basabari barabiyumviye bavuga ko bashaka kuba icyo kubera gukora abatutsi.
Some of the survivors heard it themselves. The report says that they were killing them because they were Tutsi.
so babicaga kubera uko bareba.
They were killing them because of how they were made, they were created.
nyuma y'uko bibaye tumaze imyaka dukorera ubwicanyi bwinshi ariko kandi twari ubushakashatsi tumaze kubireba kenshi nta bundi bwicanyi bwabaye condemned n'umuryango mpuzamahanga w'ubwicanyi bwo mu Gatumba.
Many other killings have happened to us, so there's no other killing that has been condemned by the international community as much as the Gatumba.
hari abantu ku giti cyabo ariko cyane cyane hari ibihugu ndetse n'imiryango mpuzamahanga cyangwa n'imiryango mpuzabihugu yakondanye ibyabaye.
There are individuals who condemned what happened in Gatumba, but especially the human rights people condemned it.
mu babikondanye bakoreshaga amagambo atatu ari ngombwa cyane kugarukaho.
Those who are condemning it, they were using 3 words that are very important.
ndaza kugaruka kuri bamwe kuko ari ngombwa.
I'm going to come back to them because they're very important.
ariko bemeraga bavuga ibintu bitatu.
But they were speaking about 3 things.
bavuga ko ubwo bwicanyi ari ndangakamere ari agahomamunwa.
They were saying that the killing is
atrocious
it's atrocious.
horrendous amagambo asa nayo. bakavuga ko bishwe kuko ari abanyamurenge.
They were saying that those who were killed, they were killed because they were Banyamulenge.
kandi hafi ababivuga bose bavuga ko ari abanyamurenge ari abakongomani.
And they were, all of them, they were saying that Banyamulenge are Congolese.
tunazo biragoye kuko bigaruka bituraga ku bibazo none tunazo gutecyane.
It's important because we're going to come back to what's happening today. We're still having that issue.
cyaka tunazo tutatuwe cyakane nuko hafi bose amakomunike yose yakozwe bavuga ngo hagomba kubutabera kandi tuzabashigikira kandi tuzakorana nabo abagamije.
The third thing is that the statements that were made, it was that there should be justice and we will support it.
mfite amasaha ageze ku 15 y'amasambu agaragaza uburyo kugeza muri yose abo bantu bose bagiye bavuga.
I have about 15 slides showing those people who are going to support the justice.
umwanya wo gusoma ariko abo barimo ka UN Security Council.
I don't have time to read it, but that would include the UN Security Council,
harimo Presidence ya Union Européenne,
the Presidency of the European Union,
hari Peace Council of African Union,
the Peace Council of African Union.
rambabarira abatumva ibiri by'amahanga rimwe nanjye
Please forgive me, I can't translate that in Banyamulenge.
and harimo za US State Department.
The US State Department.
ndetse turakubona nyuma na Perezida Bush we ku giti cye niwe wari perezida icyo muri Amerika.
We're going to hear from the president at the time in America.
hari
The minister, foreign minister of Canada. At the time, his name was Pierre. It is important that I read a little bit of it.
The government of Canada strongly condemned the horrendous attack, and the citizens of Canada joined me in expressing their condolences to the families of the victims. Such occurrence is a reminder that just fragile peace processes in the African Great Lakes countries are, requiring sustained effort from the international community. The protection of civilians is fundamental and must be the focus of attention of parties concerned. We are anxious that the investigation of the United Nations mission in the Democratic Republic of Congo and the United Nations operation in Burundi shed light on this tragedy, and those responsible be brought to justice as quickly as possible. So twavugaga muri make icyo nashaka kuvuga nuko na Canada murimo aho iyo gisomye nuko za kuva gukora uzaza kwibuka iyi sheke Canada yatanze uzaje kubaza Canada aho iyi sheke igeze.
The reason why I read this is because this is a specific to Canada, and you should follow up with your leaders and see where this has gone. France condemned it, England did, Netherlands did. Those are leaders of the high court in Belgium. In Belgium.
ariko mu masteke tugomba kureba ku izindi yakozwe na Tabomeki umwe mu bayobozi bakomeje kuba consistent ku bwo bavuga ikibazo cyacu icyo gihe niwe wari perezida wa Afrika y'Epfo.
But the one that I would like to focus on is the statement from the South African president at the time. The Tambo Mbeki.
The only fault of the death was that they were innocent. The mindless and criminal hatred drove the killers carried out an unpardonable crime against humanity. What they hated was the fact that Banyamulenge were condemned. The murderers viewed the mere fact that Banyamulenge exists as human beings as unacceptable. Therefore, they took it upon themselves to commit cold blooded murder to ensure that Banyamulenge ceased to exist. So it was a side intent. Ntabwo n'izindi ariko yagaragaje ububi irakamere wo kwica abantu kubera uko bareba.
ERIC&CHANTAL TVVVV fatanya natwe gusangiza abantu ubutumwa. Fatanya natwe gusangiza abantu ubutumwa. Fatanya natwe gusangiza abantu ubutumwa.